Welcome to Club 2, Episode 5 of the Unemployed Journeyman with FC Tokyo in the J1 League. And in today's episode, with a squad of unhappy players, we start our first full season with the club, including going back home to Fukushima. Okay, so the best place to start really, I think, is the actual dynamic screen. As you can see, the team cohesion is green, just about. There's a thin little line there, and it's average. We've got average club atmosphere, average managerial support. The managerial support is in the red, and as you can see, there are players unhappy. Ryotaro Araki is unhappy. He wants to leave the club. He will be leaving. 7 players are agreeing with him, 4 players are not. It's a bit of a split dressing room. Jaja Silva wants to leave as well, so he's probably going to be going. 10 players are in agreement with him. He's unhappy because Kazuki Shirai was sold when Shirai wanted to leave. I think Jaja Silva is recommending that I hold players hostage against their will. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that, so I did have to sell Shirai. And yeah, there's just other players that are unhappy for various different reasons, mainly because I can't leave the club. So yeah, that's the position we're in. We've got a pretty poor squad when it comes to dynamics. In terms of the transfers that we've done, we'll have a look at the transfer history. In terms of the players going out, Kazuki Shirai went out for 1.3 million to Shonan. Taichi Kikuchi, who's a central midfielder for us and not a particularly good one, he went to Shonan as well for 225,000. Riku Nozawa went to Kashiwa for 275,000. Kazumanasa Abe went to Yokohama for £325,000. And then we've got a few players that have gone out on loan. They're young players with lots of potential that are going to go out on loan, hopefully get plenty of game time and come back better for it. In terms of the players that have come in, we have spent 7.75 million. We've brought in Hideyasu Kobayashi from Kashima for 1.9 million. 3.5-star current ability with 5-star potential. He is a 19-year-old striker. He's been away on international duty. I don't actually know if he's back. Yeah, it looks like he is back now. So he will be able to feature for us. Although Yamamura, who was our right winger last season, the young lad that we gave a couple of games up front to at the end of the season, has also been doing pretty decently. He's got a negative. Is he unhappy about me? Recognises he may lack support as a result of not being part of any social group within the dressing room. Well, be a bit more friendly then, lad, and you'll be fine. There you go. Kai Morimoto from Kashiwa for 1.8 million. I'm looking forward to this guy. We're training him as an attacking wing back on the right-hand side. He does need to improve his crossing and whatever, but he's had a really good pre-season. We look at his pre-season, 1 goal, 4 assists at an 8.14. He's had a really good season. And if he can get anywhere close to that 5-star potential, then we will have a real star in our hands. He can also play at centre-back. He's 5'8", so it's about average height for a centre-back in the J-League. Then Takafumi Shimahira for £2 million. Bought him mainly for potential. He can play defensive midfield and centre-back. He's certainly not going to be a ball-playing defender with passing of 8. But 2.5-star current ability with 3.5 to 4.5-star potential. I expect him to feature quite heavily. He's got excellent tackling, excellent teamwork. He's also very aggressive. But yeah, 2 million for him. May have overspent a little bit, but we needed reinforcements in defence. Genki Agawa. I mean, those of you that watched the Fukushima episodes will know all about Agawa. I love him. He was excellent for me there. He can play anywhere across the back. I know he's not particularly good according to his star rating, but I know what he can do. And when we look at his friendly games, he's played 2 games for us. He's got an assist, 7.15. Happy days. Then we've got Riccardo Capellini from Kashima, I think it was. Yeah, Kashima for 1.1 million. 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. He's a centre-back. He's pretty decent. 6'1" as well. He gives us the height. Should be useful at corners as well. Happy with that. And then Rui Perez from EMEA for £950,000. 3.5-star central midfielder will be our deep line playmaker alongside our young 18-year-old that will be the ball-winning midfielder. Overall, I'm happy. I think we've actually got a pretty decent squad. If we look at the squad, filter it by ability, we've got lots of ability in the squad. 3 stars going all the way down here. There's potential in the squad as well. We've also got young players in our dev centre that we can bring in and try and give some game time to as well. Finances, we've got 42.7 million in the bank, 29.7 million pound transfer budget. It's pretty much impossible to spend this because players that we would want, that we would spend a significant amount of money on, are just too good for us. There was one player who's a central defender, Brazilian central defender, and he was about 3 million, I think he was. And I went to put in a bid for him. The bid was accepted. He was bearing in mind, he was at Lincoln in the Sky Bet League One. And basically he came to us wanting an obscene amount of money, considering he's in a Sky Bet League One. And I know you don't earn like £30,000 in League One, but he wanted an obscene amount of money. We couldn't afford what he wanted, so we had to abandon hope of getting him. But he was a 4.5-star current ability centre-back. And I think that pretty much tells you where we are as a club, that a player that plays for a League One club in England would come here and be 4.5-star ability. So we move on to the competition screen and we'll have a look at the season preview for the J1 League. We are expected to finish 12th. The board want us to finish mid-table, so 9th to 11th, I would say, would qualify as that. We are underspent on our wage budget. We've got like £100,000 left in our wage budget. But yeah, around here is where they want us to finish. I'll be honest, I want top half of the table this season. I don't think that's too ambitious. I think we've got the players for it. If we have a look at the schedule, our start to the season, we play against Yokohama at home. And if we go and have a look at where Yokohama expect to finish, they expect to finish about 8th. So according to the media, they are better than us. And maybe you'd expect them to beat us. Our next game, though, obviously against Fukushima, who are 2,000 to 1 to win the league. They're red hot favourites to be relegated, rock bottom, the absolute whipping boys of the group. However, can I just point you to the fact, oh no, it's a different one. I just saw Kojima and got excited then, thinking that was the Kojima of that club. I'm actually going to scout him because he actually looks quite decent. Value of up to 3.1 million. His dribbling is 16 to 20. Looks like he could have decent acceleration and decent pace as well. So yeah, we give him a little scout. Have a look at, who's this guy? Majima. I mean, he can play right, and he's 29 years old, so he don't really fit the age profile I'm trying to bring in at this club. Neither does this lad here, but again, they all look decent. I mean, they're in the Dream 11, so they're going to look decent. We have got Krastev in the Dream 11, so we do have a player in the Dream 11, which I'm very, very pleased about. Right, I think I've waffled on enough. If there's anything else you want to know that would have happened in yesterday's episode, go back and watch it. It'll be on the channel, it'll be on the end card at the end of this video. But let's get into our first game of the season against Yokohama at home. Right then, here we are in the match centre, and our new striker, Kobayashi, that's been away on international duty, he's not fit to play, basically. His condition is way down. There's not really any point in taking him. He's going to be a high injury risk as well. So we're just going to leave him out for today. He should be fine for the game against Fukushima. But here's the team we're going for today. There's going to be some unfamiliar names for you. But we've got Nozawa in goal, Kikuchi left back, Morimoto right back, Capellini and Yamazaki in the centre of defence, Rui Perez and Lazuka partnering each other in the midfield, with Jaja Silva and Sato out wide, Krastev in behind Yamamura. I would have loved to play Ryotaro Araki. I'm not even going to put him on the bench, but he wants to leave. He is wanted. Hopefully, we are going to be able to get a shot of him. We've got about another month before the transfer window closes. But yeah, that is the team for today's game. Let's get into it. The first game of the season is always so exciting, isn't it? I think I said this at the start of last season, that you're just filled with excitement when it's the start of the new season. I will say now, I'm going to apologise in advance if there might be the occasional pause or cough. It's just my throat is not great at the moment. Right, let's get into it, and hopefully we can pick up a win, seeing as we are at home on the first match of the new season. There I am in my lovely blue trousers and red shirt and yellow tie. We're shaking hands with the manager. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm always nervous when it's the first game of the season because you never know what's going to happen, especially with our morale being the way it is as well. I'm going to get all the excuses in now just in case we have an epic fail here in this game. But if this team's as good as what I think it is, and oh my God, Yamamura has scored. Yamamura, who's not even supposed to be a striker, is supposed to be that Kobayashi fellow, our new signing. But Yamamura enjoyed his time as a couple of games as a striker at the back end of last season. And he's got us off to a perfect start in the second minute. Sato, a young right-sided inside forward, has come up with the goods. Here's a corner for us. They clear their lines, but it's going to go to one of our players. It's Lizuka who picks it up. It's now with Rui Perez, our new deep line playmaker. Lizuka goes back to Nozawa. Here's Capellini, new Italian centre-back, getting a touch of the ball. Lizuka again gives it to Yamamura, goes out to Morimoto, a right back who should be attacking, and he is. Oh, and Morimoto. Now, Krastev is down, which is a bit of a concern. We have got a player on the bench that is new to us. He was here last season. We never actually used him. He was in our reserves. Right, he's saying Krastev needs to come off. It's had to bring Massa on. Who's Massa? I'm still getting to know these players myself. Right, they've got the ball. It's a successful goal kick. Oh, I thought it was going to be 1-1. Probably should have been 1-1, to be fair. It's been a pretty even game with the exception of possession, if you look at the stats. But here's another corner. We're going short again. Why are we doing so many short corners? We're just giving it away. We should be able to mop that up, which we have done. Here's Kikuchi to Krastev. He's such an important player for us, Krastev. Jajo Silva's through. Lizuki! Oh! Lizuka has scored. It's his first goal of the season. I'm not sure if that might be his first ever goal for us, to be fair. It's 2-0. There's an immediate highlight, which always worries me, because it often means that they're going to pull a goal back. But you never know. Hopefully, we might get a third and make it 3-0 before half-time. We're playing the ball into a dangerous area there, and I don't like that because then we run the risk of giving the ball away. Maybe I need to just trust my players a bit more. Here's Kikuchi on the left-hand side to Capellini. Our defender's playing it around nicely, inviting the opposition onto them. Oh, what a ball from Krastev to Yamamura. Oh, and it is 3-0. Yamamura, Krastev with a gorgeous ball into him. And Yamamura took it down and put it into the back of the net with aplomb. That was a really good goal. And we're going to go in at half-time, 3-0 up against Yokohama. This has gone a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Like I said earlier on, it feels like we've got a good team. And if we can put the morale part of it behind us, we could be a very, very good team this season. But I did think we was 3-0 at half-time good, especially considering this Yokohama team, according to the media at least, are supposed to be somewhat better than us. But Yokohama do have the ball now, so we need to concentrate. They put the ball into the bag and it's a goal. It's 3-1. They've pulled a goal back 12 minutes into the second half. That's not great. And I'm going to take Krastev off shortly because I'm aware he's got an injury. Right, they're coming forward again. We win the ball back. That's a good tackle. Here's Kikuchi. Capellini goes back to Nozawa. He gives it back to Capellini, to Yamazaki. Here's Lizuka, who's had a good game. Sato goes back to Lizuka. Sato to Krastev. Can he find something? Yamamura, it's a hat-trick. Yamamura scores. He gets his hat-trick. What a game he's having. Bear in mind, Kobayashi is going to be fit and available for the next game. Right, let's take Krastev off. We're going to bring, maybe this was the guy that's on about, Masaki Watai. He's the natural, I mean, he's just as good as Krastev according to his star rating at least. Who else do we got? So we've also got Kikuchi is looking complacent. So I think we're going to take him off and bring Yamahara on. And that's probably going to be it for now. Might take Yamamoto. Oh, for God's sake. Well, I've just done the change. Why didn't he come off? The other substitutions happened. That's very weird. Not really sure how that was a thing, but it was. Right, we're 4-1 up. And I think we will now make our next set of substitutions. Just checking that this hadn't bugged out as well as a result. Right, Kinoshita can come on for Yamamura. And for Bassam can come on for Yamazaki, I think. And I bring him on for Capellini, actually. And Yamamoto can come on for Perez. And that's all of our substitutions. Hopefully no one gets injured now that I've made all my substitutions. Their goalkeeper's on a 5.9. He's having a terrible game. But what a start to the season. A 5-1 win. Fukushima are losing their first game of the season. I'm not going to be getting obsessed with Fukushima either. Right, Mesa with the corner, but the ball goes over the bar. So obviously when Krastev isn't playing, Watai is what I'm calling him. He seems to be our influential player, and that is it. The full-time whistle has gone. I'd say that's a deserved win. 4-1. Really good way to start the season. We've got Fukushima away from home next. And if we... There you go. Look at that. I mean, if we stay top of the table, I don't think we will, but if we stay top of the table till the end of the season, happy, happy days. And Yokohama are all the way down here. Right. Let's have a look at the news. Just see if there's anything we need to bring you up to speed on. Krastev's in. Please don't be a big one. 4 to 5 weeks. It's not ideal, but Perez, Capellini, Morimoto all making debuts. Yamamura, absolutely, you can have an arm around you and be told you were superb because you was. And I'll do the press conference off camera, and I'll see you for the next game away from home against Fukushima. Right, welcome back. We're just about to take on Fukushima. I've got a bit of transfer news to bring you, by the way. If we go to the transfer history, in terms of outs, Ryotaro Araki has left for Sapporo for £625,000. So the troublemaker is gone, basically. If we look at dynamics, club atmosphere has taken a big jump. Managerial support is on the way up. We've got only a few players unhappy. Jaja Silva is still unhappy. He'll get over it, I'm sure, especially if we're playing well, he'll get over it. And I'm sure the others will get over whatever their issues are as well. So, yeah, what we have done as a result, we get into the actual game itself. We've got a little bit to... This is annoying me. Every time I click continue, I've got people making the same offers for all of our really good, or for a lot of our really good youngsters. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And it's just really annoying me because it's like, just take the hint. I don't want to sell. You know, how many times I have to say no before you get... And I thought that was another thing that was meant to be fixed by Football Manager, was the keep coming back in with the similar offers, like the same offer or offers lower and all this sort of stuff. If I've not accepted an offer of £350,000, I'm not going to accept one of £275,000. So what are you doing? Right, we have moved... Hiroshi Sato from the reserve team into our main squad. He plays mainly on the left. He's got 2-star current ability with 3.5 to 4.5 star potential. We're probably going to train him up for the right as well, because obviously with Araki going, Araki at the start of the season was originally going to be our number one right-sided inside forward. But then with the issues he caused, I left him out and brought Sota Sato in. And it just means we're a little bit short. We're not really short because at the end of the day, Yamamura can play out there. Watai can play out there when Krastev's fit. You know, we do have players that can do it. Even Jaja Silva can play out there, and we put somebody else on the left. So we're not short, but I had a look at players that were available to buy, and there just isn't any of any decent standard. So I just thought, rather than bringing in someone that's 2.5 star, the same as Sota Sato, why don't I just bring in a youngster like Hiroshi, who, if we put him out there, doesn't do anything at the moment, but once he gets familiar with it, he can be 2.5 to 3.5 and maybe even get better. Right, Kobayashi is on the bench. He's recovered from not being right condition-wise. But we stick with Yamamura for now. We will see Kobayashi, I'm sure, in the second half. But we are, I think, an unchanged team. We've got Nozawa in goal, Kikuchi left back, Morimoto right back, Capellini and Yamazaki in the centre of defence, Rui Perez and Lazuka in the centre of midfield, with Jaja Silva, Sato out wide and Massa in behind Yamamura. Have to get used to him being called Massa, not Watai, because that's what I call him. But anyway, it is what it is. Right, big game, folks. Really, really big game. We're going back to Fukushima. We better win this game. The humiliation of losing. Toro Hasegawa is the Fukushima manager. They got Matthias Gindel in goal. No idea who he is. Kotaro Umeda, I think that was we played him on the right side, like the right inside forward or up front. Ryogo Ishio, no idea who he is. Pedro, we know. Matsumoto, we know. Naganuma, Ando. Kobayashi, we know. Martinez, we know. Furukawa and Milano there. I'm sure it's not pronounced there, but Sandoval on the bench, we know. Nagi Matsumoto, we know. And Raya Morishita, we know. So there's a few players there, but that has been a lot of change going on at Fukushima. Right, let's get on with the game. If we play like we did against, they're playing a basic 4-4-2. At least they're not going for that horrible 3-5-2 formation or whatever it is. Right, yeah, if we play anything like we did in the previous game, why is it frozen? Oh, there you go. Yeah, if we play anything like we did against Yokohama, this should be a comfortable afternoon for top of the table Tokyo. That's got a ring to it, hasn't it? We haven't even started the game because I must press pause. Right, here we go then. So 4-4-2 for them, 4-2-3-1 for us. They have had the first shot at goal in the match, first two shots actually. Come on, lads, sort yourselves out. Right, we have a throw in. Ball gets put into the box and Yamamura's got on the score sheet again. Kobayashi must be watching this thinking, how am I going to get ahead of Yamamura? Oh, have I made a mistake? I mean, it's not a mistake buying Kobayashi because it keeps Yamamura honest with competition and whatever else. Right, we win the ball back with a defensive header. Yamazaki to Lizuka, gives it to Sato, to Massa. Massa's coming forward. It is acres of space. Oh my word, how has he missed that? I mean, apparently the keeper's saved it. If that was a save by the keeper, then fair play. That was a great save. Ball into the box. Oh, cleared off the line. Headed back in and straight to the keeper. Well, it's definitely safe to say that we're having the better of the chances. Been two highlights so far and they've both gone in our direction. Jaja Silva, by the looks, has got the ump. I don't know why, but... Oh, Massa's got taken down. That's got to be a red card, and it is. Kotaro Umeda has been sent off. Fukushima down to 10 men, as well as already being 1-0 down. Lucky it didn't injure our player, to be quite honest. Sometimes you see a red card given on Football Manager and you think, well, what was that for? But you could absolutely tell what that was for. I mean, at the moment, Fukushima would be quite happy with the fact they're only 1-0 down. We've been a bit wasteful, but we've got a chance right at the end of the first half. Here's Jaja Silva to Rui Perez. Lazuka to Massa. Morimoto at right back. Oh, and Kai Morimoto. I said he looked good in pre-season. And he is delivered against Fukushima. It's 2-0 at half-time. And tell me, should I get excited? From what you've seen in today's episode, folks, are you excited about what we could do this season? Oh, we've hit the post. Yamazaki gives it to Jaja Silva. And we just play out of their box rather than play towards it. Fair enough. Right, I am looking at making a change very soon because I want to give Kobayashi some time up top. Jaja Silva's not been particularly good. So I think what I might do, he can play on the left. So I might bring him on for Jaja Silva. Kobayashi can come on for Yamamura. We'll stick with that for now. Right, we have a free kick. Paul's put into the box. They don't really clear their lines. It's Kobayashi. Here's Lizuka. Goes out to Rui Perez to Kikuchi, the left back. Oh, What's going on? Come on. Someone take a shot. Kobayashi. Oh, it's gone over the bar. He should have scored or at least got it on target. Right, here's Sato. Gives the ball away, but we win it back with Yamahara. Yamahara gives it to Kikuchi. Rui Perez to Lizuka. Oh, what a ball from Morimoto. Kobayashi has scored on debut. The referee's got his finger in his ear hole, though. They're going to disallow this, aren't they? No, it's been given. Kobayashi with a goal on debut. Lovely, lovely stuff. And Morimoto, what a game he's having. 1 goal, 1 assist. Right, Kikuchi is injured. So we're going to bring him off. Who are we bringing him off for? Hang on, we need to move Yamahara back. Bring on Sato, essentially, for that. What else? Right, Morimoto. So Yamazaki can come off for Batten. And I think we'll make a change in the midfield that Yamamoto... Actually, if we want to take Lizuka off, yes, Yamamoto they're saying to bring on for him. So that's what we'll do. That's all our changes made. 3-0 up against Fukushima, at Fukushima. How many people are here? 5,767. Not exactly a bumper attendance. I mean, they've only had the 1 shot on target, and they had that in like the first minute of the game. Down to 10 men didn't help them, obviously. But here's Morimoto with the throw-in. He gets the ball back, gives it to Rui Perez, to Saito. They've cleared their lines, but it's going to come straight back at them again. Here's Cappellini to Yamahara, out on the left. Yamahara again. Morimoto! Oh, I'll tell you what, that right back is looking like the real deal. In terms of a replacement for Shirai, I am happy with Morimoto in these first couple of games. And there it is, the full-time whistle goes. 3-0 the win against Fukushima. We also won our first game of the season. Was that 4-1 we won that? Yeah, 4-1 we won that one. We're top of the table with Kobe. A goal difference of +6. Really, things couldn't have gone much better than they are. Kenta Kikuchi is out for 5 to 6 days. That's fine. I've got one over on Fukushima. Kobayashi scores on debut. We'll do the press conference in a bit. We'll give Morimoto his praise that he deserves. And that is all what that is all. Right, let's get to the schedule, because in terms of the first 2 games of the season, I am delighted. I'm really looking forward to this season. Right, I think the next time you will see me will be for Nagata or Fukuoka, with Kofu also being here. So it'll either be Kofu and Fukuoka, or Nagata and Kofu. It'll be one of them games. But that'll be in tomorrow's episode. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Turn the notifications on if you want to be alerted to when the videos go live. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.